Right, this is an update on the xjr1200 Yamaha. Had problems with the carbs, so it's been sat around for probably 8 months at a time and even a year at a time. So the petrol went stale, and to be honest, it was always running a bit lumpy and really bad cold start, and just run a bit doggy like, but never had the time to put it right. Anyway, took the carbs off the other day, tried cleaning them out, couldn't get the emulsion tubes out, but looked on a couple of good YouTube videos and it showed me how to get them out. So what I did, I bought a set of carbs, like spares or repair, and hopefully I can make a good set of carbs out of the couple of spare carbs I've got. So the problem is someone's obviously been in there before. Some of the mixture jets are chewed up. The air jets, these ones aren't too bad, but say the mixture jets are chewed up in there. I'm probably going to have to either change the carb, or another good hack I see is where they drill it out and then they whack an Allen key in there and try and unscrew it that way and replace it. But anyway, I've took the emulsion tubes out as they specify. As I say, I thought they just popped out from the top there and come out this way, but they don't. So what you do, so you strip the carbs down and you pull out the plunger units like the vacuum slides, throttles, and then you take out the main jet, and then you put one vlogs I saw, they got the screw from the carburetor and they screwed into the actual emulsion tube, and then they got a good number of threads in there, and then they give it a little tap with a little hammer and knocked it free. And then what I use then is like probably a 6mm Allen key there, and I knocked it through and it slides right at the bottom. But anyway, after getting it out, the point why I make this video is look at the state of this emulsion tube. It is absolutely hanging. Say it's clear down the inside, but as I say, it's horrendous. You can see all the little holes down the side there, half of them are blocked up, and same on there again, and there's just so much crud in there that you know, no wonder it was running rough anyway. But what I've done also, I've purchased a small ultrasonic cleaner, which it's only 3 litre one, but I wish I'd have got slightly bigger, maybe a 9 litre, because I'm gonna have to strip the carbs down. It's surprising how small they are. So I can probably get 1 or maybe 2 carbs in at a time. But what I'll do is I'll put all the brass jets in, the bits in, and the emulsion tubes in at one time, and then I'll just clean them up. And what I'm trying as well, what a friend told me to use, was white vinegar, because there's so many people, especially in America, you get stuff over there, simple green and pine sol I think it's called, which you probably can't get in the UK. But what I'm going to try anyway is that my friend uses white vinegar, and it's quite kind as well. I don't think it shrinks rubber, so if there's any O-rings which you can't strip down, I don't think it's too bad on that. But it is really good for breaking down limescale and varnish and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'll strip the rest of these carbs down, get the rest of these emulsion tubes out, and then I'll start cleaning them. And say if there's any more bad ones in there, I'll come back to you and I'll show you them as well. Right, back again. I took the second one out, the emulsion tube, and that again, it looks like something's been in a hot water cylinder for like 30 years. It's not focusing there, but not quite as bad as the first one, but obviously it's blocked up and it's pretty crappy like. So let me just show you something. When I take this out, I'm going to take the main jet out, so these aren't too tight. But just as a rule of thumb, always make sure if you're taking out the air mixture screw or the pilot jets, which you can see some of them, where is it, this one, it's a bit chewed up, I don't know if you can see, but you know, it's a bit chewed up. So try and get the best size screwdriver you can get to fit it, because sometimes you only get one chance. Brass is very soft, so if you do mess it up, especially like down there where the pilot jet is, it's really hard to get out. And that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to drill it out. I see on one of them, I think they used like a I don't know, like a 2mm drill down it, and then get a Allen key, an old Allen key, same size, and just cut it off square and chamfer the edges down and then drive it into it, and then on the other end of it then get another pair of pliers or something and it should unscrew. And also they heated it up as well on the tube there with a little maybe a hot air gun you might be able to get away with using, and just get the aluminium a little bit hot so it expands a little bit, and it should free it up and you should be able to get the old pilot jet out. But anyway, there's the main jet. As I say, that's not blocked, but also make sure there's a little washer on there. That's what I was purpose of the video. It's come off now. Make sure that it comes off and you stick it back with the main jet, because if you lose it and forget to put it back in there, then it's you could have problems. So that's what I'm saying. Get a screw from the bottom of the carb bowl, screw it in, get a good couple of turns on it. They're not very hard in there, and then just give it a couple of taps. As I say, it should just slide out. It's only just the crap in there that's making it, you know, quite resistant. But unscrew the screw out, put the screw back in there. As I say, I used a bigger something back at Allen key. Let me just tap that out off camera a minute. Yeah, and that just slid out easy. And then you can retrieve the emulsion tube from the bottom. And again, this one is real crappy as well. I don't know why it's gone green like that, because as I say, you normally associate it with like water. You get it, say, like in hot water cylinders, but again, them tubes on there, the little pinholes, they're real blocked up, so that would have made it run very rough anyway. Okay, focus. Right, see, so all these are going to get a bath in the white vinegar solution in the ultrasonic cleaner. So what I'll do is I'll take a quick picture of that, or video if you want, and I'll show before and after. Well, you see the before, so I should see how they come out, and I'll come back to you then. Right, I'm just going to show you this. This is the number one emulsion tube, and this was one nearest the left hand side, nearest the choke. And as I still can't believe I've never seen anything corroded in my life. I've seen heater elements come out of hot water cylinders better condition than this. But yes, it was running last year, the bike, and God knows how, but there was no holes really visible on that apart from the main one through the middle. But every one of those tubes, the little holes in the side are actually blocked up. So one thing which I wanted to show you as well, I had problem getting the pins out for the floats, because originally I had problems with the carbs flooding. So I had real bad problem with the needle jets were stuck, surprising enough corroded, and I couldn't get them out. So I watched another video on YouTube, and what they said to do was get an automatic centre punch, which I bought for about £2.50 or £3 off eBay, come 2 days, which was good. And what you do is you put it on the end. You've got, if you look at it carefully, you've got one side which looks like a nail head, and obviously it must come this way. So you look for the side where it's like a nail head on there, and then you drive in from the other side. And what some people have done, which I nearly did, is they get a normal nail or pin and they start striking it with a hammer, and then these posts break off because they're only like aluminium, they're not massive. So it's quite good. You get an automatic centre punch, you put it in the middle, and you just keep clicking it. It's a bit awkward with one hand, and driving it through, and the shock of it actually drives it out, and you can see there, like, you know. So that's enough there. You could, if you wanted to, get like a little lever behind it and pop it out, but I'm just going to carry on going through with this side. And as I say, I'd rather do it a few more times because they're pressed in, and just do it carefully. It's probably just corroded as well with the you know, all the crap from the rest of it, the varnish from the fuel and that. So anyway, I'm going to put the camera down, but that's how you take them out. A few more clicks and that should come out. When you want to put it back in, just put it back and again you can use the centre punch to drive them in, but I think I'm going to have to split the carbs to take these out. I don't think I'll get it on an angle. I might do, but I'll try anyway. Okay, so that's how you take the float bowls out. Right, this is my small, it's a 3 litre digital ultrasound cleaner. What I've done, so it's a small basket, I've put the emulsion tubes in there on that side, and what I've done, I've used the spring out of the dash pot, and I've put all the little jets in there, and washers and small bits, like, because I don't really want it sitting on the bottom. I think if it's held up a little bit it will clean better, and if I put it in a solid container I'm not sure it will clean as good, but I haven't got a little sieve or anything to put it in, or dunk tank, so that spring I think will do well anyway for the minute. And I've put 2 of the bottom float bowls in there as well. So I've set the temperature for 80 degrees and it's flashing at 21 at the minute, and I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes. You know, if I had the time I would let it heat up a bit, but I might as well just do it twice. So I'll turn it on and I'll let it heat up, and then maybe run it again when it's hot. So here goes. Right, that's after 30 minutes on the ultrasound. As you can see, just click back down there, get it focused in. As you can see, them emulsion tubes come out amazing. And that's with white vinegar in there. That's all, no water, just pure white vinegar. And as I say, one of them you can even see the holes in there, and that's brilliant. That's really cleaned them up really good. And float bowls aren't brilliant, they probably just need washing down and maybe wiping over, but it's removed all the varnish and that from inside, and say it just probably needs wiping over. And same with the jets and washers in there, they've come up the same as the emulsion tubes. So that's a big thumbs up for the parts washer. It's only just got to about 56 degrees, so it'll probably clean better when it gets hotter. So I'm going to try and I'll strip on the carbs down now, and I'm going to try and stick that in, see if that'll fit. Yeah, it will fit just about. So I'm not going to use the basket, I'm going to stick that in whole. In fact, I can probably get another one in there, so I can probably do 2 at a time, so not too bad. So, well, thumbs up and say to see how good this carb comes out. Right, I'm going to bring this video to a close. I've done all 4 carbs now, or 5 actually, because I did one of the other ones, but all 4 carbs of the XJR, and all the insides come out really clean. I blew all the jetways out and all the orifices and holes, and yeah, it's come up really good. And done the float bowls as well. They're all like dried scuzz in the bottom of them, and rather than scrape it off with a screwdriver and dropping it inside where the drain cock is, then just cleaned them with the ultrasound, and they come up really good. And there's my parts tray, very tidy, but all the jets, everything's stripped down, and I've got a spare set of carbs, as I say. There's extra off an xjr1200, and the difference is one, the end carb's got a TPS, like a throttle position sensor on there, which the xjr1200 carbs don't have. I could possibly change it over with the butterfly and the rod, but the actual casing's different. It's got 2 like little towers that stick out with threads in, obviously, to take the TPS. I could get round it, but what I want to do, because the end carb actually is the one with the problem. It's got a pilot jet seized in there, so I'm going to try and drill that out tomorrow. And also there's another carb with an air screw that's chewed up as well, so I'm going to drill that out tomorrow as well. So I'm going to end it now, and I'll come back to you tomorrow, and I'm going to drill the pilot jet out, and I'll come back to you then when I'm doing that. Then hopefully I can reassemble it, and we can hopefully get it started and get it running.